In the quiet village of Kagawa, in a house overshadowed by debts and unspoken regrets, lived a girl with the weight of her family's future on her shoulders. Her name was Rin Yamaoka, and she would become a haunting figure in the realm, known forever as the Spirit. But every tale of vengeance starts with a heartbreak. Rin was the only child of the Yamaoka family, a lineage steeped in tradition but crumbling beneath the weight of time. The Yamaokas were once prosperous, but their fortunes had long since faded. Rin's mother, once a pillar of strength, now struggled with illness. Her body weakened with each passing season. Her father, a man proud of his work and heritage, had seen his dreams shattered by debt, unable to lift his family from its downward spiral. Determined to make a future for herself and her family, Rin enrolled at Takamatsu University to study education. It was a decision that strained her family's finances further, but she believed her education was the key to escape. Yet no matter how hard she worked, it was never enough. Rin's mother's illness worsened, and the bills piled higher. Rin worked part-time as a waitress, her exhaustion mounting with each passing night. Her father, too, was consumed by his efforts to provide, working long hours at his factory job in the hope of earning a promotion. But the pressure only grew. Rin's father, once a proud man, began to crack under the weight of his failure. Every night, whispers of doom echoed in his ears, promises of a fate worse than death. Desperate, he confronted his superior, begging for a bonus in advance, anything to help keep his family afloat. But his pleas were met with cold indifference. A company struggling with its own failings needed someone to blame, and Rin's father fit the bill. After 22 years of service, he was fired, his fate sealed by a system that saw him as nothing more than expendable. That evening he returned home, shattered, but the darkness inside him had already taken a foot. Rin worked late that evening, serving the last of the restaurant customers who lingered. As she pedaled home under the darkening sky, she couldn't shake the unease that had been building in her chest. Something wasn't right. She parked her bike in the shed and hurried inside. The house was silent, too silent. Then came a scream, her mother's scream. What she found was unimaginable. Her mother, dismembered, pieces of her scattered like a broken doll. The room was soaked in blood, her limbs hacked away, her body slashed open. Rin gagged in horror. Standing over her mother's remains was her father, a katana in hand. He met Rin's eyes with a cold, vacant stare. There was no recognition, no remorse, just soulless, hollow gaze. Rin screamed for him to stop, to see what he had done, but there was no stopping him. He raised the katana and struck, his movements mechanical, practiced. Her arm was cut in half. Her blood splashed onto the floor, mixing with her mother's. Rin tried to flee, slipping on the blood-slicked floor. There was no escape. Her father pursued her, slashing with abandon. Each cut drove her further into a corner of fear and desperation. But even as she bled, her rage ignited. Her survival instinct roared to life. Rin crawled, inching her way to the stairs. Her body was failing her, but her mind, her fury, kept her moving. Her father grabbed her by the hair, dragging her back towards him. The glass window shattered as she was slammed into it, sending her tumbling down the stairs. Her world was falling apart, her life flipping through her fingers. But as darkness closed in, something within her refused to die. Her pain was endless. Her rage was infinite. Rin's body was broken, but her soul could not be silenced. The darkness of her grief and rage called to the entity. It heard her cries, and it answered. She was reborn in pain and anger, no longer a fragile girl but a vengeful spirit. Her katana, once an instrument of her father's control, now became her tool of destruction. She was the spirit, her father's blood on her hands, but her vengeance immortalized in the fog. The spirit is not a mere ghost. She is the manifestation of unending revenge, a daughter lost to her grief, her soul forever bound to the shadows, and her father's blood will never be washed away. Rin's story is one of unimaginable loss and wrath. Her pain is eternal, and so is her vengeance. If you felt the weight of her tale, let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and join me again next time in the fog for more twisted stories from Dead by Daylight. And remember, vengeance always leaves a mark.